My Hebrew brothers and sisters, the 12 tribes of Israel scattered all over the earth. Welcome back. This is your Moreh Yeshua Ben Uriah Israel, and we just want to thank you for your subscriptions. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your likes and your comments. And we want to continue our session that we started on Psalm, the background on the Psalm, as we prepare to do some systematic Bible studies in the book of Psalms, or the Hebrew Cepher Tehillim, which the English buys from the Greek is called the book of Psalms, okay, the Psalmos. Now we are going to spend much of our time, and when we deal with the Psalm, we're going to deal with it from the Hebrew perspective. So we're going to be doing some word studies, and we're going to be showing you some Hebrew words that when we get to that point. But we want to continue where we left off. Like I probably did not mention to you, and it was in my mind to say, but got carried away, that we believe that the Psalm were written especially from the 10th century down. King David, his reign was right around that time. He and Solomon reigned, they were right around probably the 10th century BC. So we believe that this is about the time the Psalm was written. I started writing. As a matter of fact, there's a section where it says some of the Psalms were written right around in the 6th century BC. Okay, and some probably right around 586 BC and something like that. Okay. Now, when we talk about the Psalms, we are saying that the Psalm includes a vast body of what we refer to as the messianic prophecies relative to Yeshua, to Hamashiach, right, to his suffering. Psalm 22 through 69, show Yeshua as king in Psalm 2 through 21. No, Psalm 2 and Psalm 21 show him as king, and also Psalm 45 and Psalm 72. That is Psalm 2, Psalm 21, Psalm 45, and Psalm 72 show Yeshua as king, Hamashiach, right? As king. When I refer to Yeshua, I'm talking about, like, you be reading about Jesus, okay? I don't say Jesus, say Yeshua. Sometimes I may have a slip of tongue and say Jesus, because I've been reading the King James Version, and that's what's in Jesus. When I say Christ, right? You say Christ, I say Hamashiach. So please understand that, okay? In his second, what we refer to as Advent, when he mentioned that Yeshua is going to return, Psalm 50, Psalm 97, and Psalm 98. And there's some fundamentality, okay, in the Psalm, we talk about, the brief 110 Psalm, right? And this Psalm depicting Yeshua, Hamashiach, as the son of Elohim, and son of Yahuwah, okay? And the priest after the order of Melchizedek. And a psalm more frequently quoted. Yeah, it's a psalm more frequently quoted in the New Testament than any other one of the of the chapters of the Old Testament. Okay, if you look in the book of Hebrew, or in the epistle to the Hebrew, you're going to find Yeshua, Hamashiach, as the priest after the order of Melchizedek is all over, especially when he talks about, his sacrificial offering, right? That he offers up and everything like that. So. And so we see that the brief psalm is more quoted in the New Testament than any other book of the Old Testament. And there's 186 quotations from the Psalter in the New Testament writing. Okay, and when we talk about the Psalter, it's generally divided into 5 books, each concluding with a doxology. The first one is Psalm, then 1 through 41, and the second one is Psalm 42 through 72. The third one is Psalm 73 through 89. The fourth one is Psalm 90 through 106, and the fifth and last one is Psalm 107 through 150. Okay, so this gives a little bit of background and the psalm. Okay, a little bit of background on the psalm there. Now, what we want to look at now, we want to start out with Psalm number 1. Psalm number 1. And this psalm is awesome. It's awesome. This psalm is awesome because in this psalm, my brothers, my sisters, we see here that it is speaking to a people. Okay, speaking to a people. It is talking about especially, the happy man, and it started out by mentioning, the importance of living a life that is set aside, set apart. Okay, this man here that he's talking about is about a man who does not allow himself to be taken in living, outside of the realm of what Yahuwah call him to do. Okay, so this man is so different. He's so different that when you look at his life, when you look at how he lives, you'll see there that he is not in any way, like the person who does not live correctly, right? He lives his life to please Yahuwah. He lives his life to please Yahuwah. And my brothers and my sisters, let me say this, that in living his life, it is so contrast. It is so contrast with other, with other people in the world. So contrast with other people in the world, because as he lives his life for Yahuwah, you can see that this life that he is living is so set apart. This life is so guided by certain principles that it just makes this man's life fruitful and prosperous, fruitful and prosperous. There's no mistake about this man as he lived his life for Yahweh. No mistake about the way he performed. No mistake about the way he performed, my brothers and my sisters. And so, let me say this. We want to look at this man's life from that standpoint. We want to look at this man's life, how he makes sure that whatever he does, that Yahuwah gets the glory, Yahuwah gets the praise. He says, Psalm 1 said that, oh, how happy is the man. Oh, how happy is the man. Now, there's some things that this man does not do. There's some things that he does not do. First of all, this man, he does not behave like the unrighteous man, like the ungodly man. He said, oh, how happy is the man. First of all, he does not walk in the ways of sinners. He does not behave like the sinners do. You see, his life is so set apart. His life is so set apart. Oh, happy, he said, is this man whose life is an example of what, we can be, for Yahuwah. We can be this kind of person for Yahuwah by living a set-apart life, a life that is awesomely, set apart. And this is what he said. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the ways of sinners, nor sits in the seat of the ungodly. But his delight is in the law, or in the Torah of Yahuwah. And in his law, or in his Torah, he meditates day and night. And listen what he said. He said, his leaf also shall not wither. It shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that brings forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. He said, the ungodly are not so, but are like the chaff which the wind driveth away. And they draw a conclusion to this. Therefore, the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. Why? For the Yahuwah, he knows the way of the righteous. But he said, the way of the ungodly shall perish. What a psalm! What a psalm! What a psalm! What a psalm, my brothers and my sisters. What a psalm. Oh, praise his name. This is what he said here. He does not walk like others. He does not take counsel from the ungodly. He does not sit in the seat of the scoffers, my brothers and my sisters. He does not take pleasure with the scoffers, does not take pleasure with the scoffers, but he takes pleasure in the word of Yahuwah. He takes pleasure in the law. He takes pleasure, my brothers and my sisters, in the Torah. Again, my time is gone. But we're going to come back and we're going to break this down and talk about them as we share some words from the Hebrew word that brings out more clarity to you and to us. The time is gone. Be a blessing to someone today and walk with the King. Shalom.